The Color of Fall, Chapter 6. Amber awoke to the gentle sound of rain tapping against the window. The golden morning light was softened by the overcast sky, giving the town a quiet, sleepy feel. She stretched, feeling the warmth of the blankets, and for a moment she simply lay there, listening to the rhythmic patter. There was a comfort to the rain, a reminder of simpler days. Today she would be meeting Sam again. They had agreed to take a walk through the town, rain or shine, and the thought filled her with a sense of anticipation. She dressed in a cozy sweater and a warm jacket, slipping on her boots before heading out. The streets of Maplewood were quieter than usual, the rain casting a tranquil spell over the town. She made her way to the diner, where she could see Sam through the window. Busy at work as always, as soon as she opened the door, the familiar warmth and scent of coffee enveloped her. Sam looked up, smiling break across his face. "Morning, you're just in time." "For what?" she asked, stepping inside and shaking off her umbrella. "Hot cocoa," he replied with a grin, holding up 2 steaming mugs. "I figured it'd be perfect for a rainy day like this." Amber smiled, feeling a rush of warmth that had nothing to do with the cocoa. She took the mug he offered and followed him to a booth near the window, where they could watch the rain drizzling down the glass. The diner was empty at this early hour, giving them a rare moment of quiet. They sipped their cocoa in companionable silence, watching as raindrops trickled down the window. The town was shrouded in a misty haze, the autumn colors muted, but still beautiful in their own way. It felt like they were in their own little world, tucked away from everything else. "So you still up for a walk?" Sam asked, his tone light, but with a hint of challenge. Amber raised an eyebrow. "You think a little rain is going to scare me off?" He laughed, a deep, warm sound that made her heart skip. "I like your spirit. Let's go then." They finished their cocoa and set out into the misty morning, the rain a little drizzle as they walked down Main Street. The soft patter of raindrops on leaves created a soothing backdrop as they moved through the quiet town. Sam pointed out little details along the way. A hidden mural on the side of the old library, a tiny bench by the creek that was perfect for reading, a bakery that made the best apple pie she'd ever tasted. Everywhere they went, people greeted Sam with familiarity, their smiles warm and genuine. Amber watched the interactions, feeling as though she was seeing a different side of him, a side that was deeply connected to this place. He wasn't just a man who ran a diner. He was a part of Maplewood, woven into the fabric of the town in a way that felt irreplaceable. They continued their walk, stopping at a small gazebo nestled in the park. The rain had stopped, leaving the world fresh and glistening, and they took a seat on the wooden bench, watching as the last few drops clung to the leaves overhead. "It's peaceful here," Amber said, breathing in the scent of rain and earth. "I can see why you love it so much." Sam nodded, his gaze thoughtful. "It's home. There's a sense of belonging here that I don't think I'd find anywhere else." Amber turned to him, her heart swelling with an inexplicable feeling. "Have you ever thought about leaving, seeing more of the world?" He paused, considering her question. "I did, once, right after my wife passed. I thought maybe I needed a change, a fresh start somewhere else. But the thought of leaving felt wrong, like I'd be giving up on something that still had so much to offer." She nodded, understanding. "I think I get that now. There's a simplicity here that I didn't know I needed." They sat in comfortable silence, the world around them quiet and still. Amber could feel the weight of her own life back in the city, the deadlines and meetings that seemed so far away now. In that moment, sitting beside Sam in the rain-soaked park, she felt the pull of Maplewood even more strongly. "I'm glad you stayed," she said softly, glancing at him. "You've built something special here." Sam looked at her, his expression unreadable for a moment, then softened. "Thank you. It's not perfect, but it's ours." Amber felt a warmth spread through her, a sense of belonging that had been missing for so long. They were 2 people who had found solace in the small things and the beauty of a town that seemed to move at its own pace. She realized then that Maplewood wasn't just a place, it was a way of life, one that she had begun to fall in love with, piece by piece. As they made their way back to the diner, Amber found herself imagining a future here, one where she could be a part of this world that felt so inviting and real. She glanced at Sam, and the thought of sharing more days like this with him, of finding comfort in each other, filled her with a quiet hope. They reached the diner, and as she stepped inside, she felt a sense of warmth and welcome that was more than just the familiar scent of coffee and home-cooked meals. It was the feeling of finding something she hadn't even known she was searching for. As the rain began to fall again, Amber knew that Maplewood had become more than just a stop on her journey. It was becoming home, and with each moment she spent with Sam, she found herself drawn closer to the life she had never known she needed. If you like this chapter, please leave a comment and don't forget to follow and like. Stay tuned for Chapter 7.